Hi, I'm Esther Ekhart and I'm with yogetic.com and I'm a yoga teacher. I've got here with me Jess, and Jess is 9 months pregnant, so due next week. And she likes to show you a sequence for when you're pregnant, really. And I think she does this also a little bit for her sister. So I hope you enjoy this. Oh, I forget to say one thing. There is a part 1 and a part 2. This is part 1, which is mostly sitting, and then there's a part 2, and there's going to be a few standing poses in there too. So keep watching out for it.
Hi, I'm Jess, and this is an antenatal sequence that I found really useful. It's good to start just in easy pose, so basically with your legs crossed, and just to take a few breaths to get comfortable. And we'll start with doing a neck release. So breathing in, let your head drop, and twist your head, releasing the neck, going really slowly, and going back in the other direction. You can repeat that a few times just to loosen up your neck and shoulders. And it's good also to take a few breaths just to center yourself and to focus on your baby for a moment. And then to release your shoulders, come into eagle pose. So you're going to put one arm on top of the other, twist your hands around so that your hands hopefully are touching in front of your face. And then releasing that and then putting the other arm on top. So that releases up your shoulders. Okay, now come into tailor pose where you put your feet at the base of your feet together. So this helps to open up your hips and all your pelvis, which is really important for the birth. So sit up, keeping your back as straight as you can, and then putting your hands behind you so that you can release right through the pelvis. You can also do a forward bend in that pose as well, but be really careful of your hips so that you don't push yourself too far. And then another stretch for helping to open up the hips and the pelvis. Sitting with your legs wide apart and take a few breaths just to release your inner thigh muscles. And then you can stretch up. And again, come into a forward bend. Obviously at this stage I can't go very far. And also then doing a side stretch. On the other side. Can help your legs back in. Okay, and then for the upper back, I'm just going to do a seated twist. So you put your hand on your, my right hand on my left knee and the other hand behind, and breathe in to raise up. And then as I exhale, I'm going to twist. Come back to center and then do the same on the other side. And come back to center again. Okay, now I'm going to get onto my hands and knees to do a back stretch, release, called cat stretch. It's really important in pregnancy not to dip down when you do this stretch, which you would normally do in yoga. So just to do the curving your back up. So when you breathe in, you tilt your pelvis and push your back up. And then release back down. This also really helps with positioning the baby to make sure that it's in the right position. Okay, and another pose for the hips. So I'm going to do a deep squat now. I'm going to come down You shouldn't do this after 36 weeks pregnant if your baby is breech or if you suffer from hemorrhoids. So when you're in this pose, you take 5 deep breaths and just release through the pelvis area. Then to come out of it, you can just come forward onto your hands and knees. And come back into easy pose. So that's a very basic pose that you can do that's mainly just sitting poses and mainly focused around releasing the back and opening the pelvis. And then just to finish off, you can again come back to sitting quietly and take a few deep breaths just to focus in on your body and the baby.